What goes up must come down. Spinning wheel, I got to go round.
You're talking about your troubles and some crying.
Ride a painted pony, let the spinning wheel spin.
Yeah.
You got no money and you got no home. Spinning wheel, all alone.
But talking about your troubles and you never learn, right?
Painted pony, let the spinning wheel spin.
Did you find your directing sign on the straight and narrow highway? Would you mind a reflecting sign? Just let it shine within your mind and show you the colors that are real.
Someone's waiting just for you. Spinning wheel, spinning true.
Drop all your troubles on the riverside.
Watch a painted pony on the spinning wheel line.
Yeah! What goes up must spin the wheel. Ride a painted pony, let the spinning wheel fly. Started your flight by blowing, and now you're falling. A nice long, long fall. Hey, Mr. Bubble, would you do me the honor of blowing so hard that you break? Ooh. you find by blowing. Still they keep in your heart for nothing.
Hey, Mr. Bubble. Hey, Mr. Bubble. If I only wanted, I could blow so hard that you break.
Break, 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 break.
I could blow so hard that you break.
So full of nothing, nothing. So full of nothing, nothing. Hey, Mr. Bubble, cool nothing.
Would you do me
Yana,
blowing so hard that you break?
Aitäh, thank you. We are Estonian Voices, and we are very glad to be the very warm-up opening for today's conference meeting. We will finish up with a song inspired by the animated movie Lion King. Have a very great, fabulous day, you all.
aitäh, thank you.
Tere hommikust. Good morning. I guess this is to show that Estonians don't just do digital, but can sing as well, and not bad at all, right? And the other thing is that it actually might be the most energetic you will ever see any Estonian so early in the morning. So, welcome to Nordic Digital Day. My name is Siim. I work on a regular day. I work for our Prime Minister and government, advising everything digital matters. But today I have the pleasure of steering us and you through this day of great stories and solutions from all the Nordic countries. Actually, can I perhaps make you move a bit? Who was here the last year? Actually, not too many of you. So the more welcome to everybody who's here for the first time. It is actually, yes, the second time we have gotten the whole of the Nordics together, and actually Iceland joining for the first year. Good job. And really the day is about, how should we say, 3 words. Sharing. Sharing all the cool things, useful things that all of us have done in our public sector and e-governance and, learning from them, and at the same time copying from them. So we really hope that the things we are bringing out are something that all of us others can use in other countries too. And so we try to make it fun, we try to make it inspiring, and what's best of all, we actually try to make it engaging for you. So in a good sense of Digital Day, you know what to do. Twitter handle is there. Please tweet, retweet, follow, and the best thing is that actually we will be very actively monitoring through the day and picking up questions from there. So all of you in the audience, and all of you especially who follow us online, please tweet and ask questions, and I will be exactly taking them up on the stage. The great thing is that already last year, Estonia started stretching the term of Nordics, and today we have stretched it so far that in the audience here we have 30 countries. All the way from Americas to Singapore and lots of other countries, especially European ones in between. So I think that proves to show that there's quite a lot that Nordics can share. Just one practical detail, you all have this. Whatever you need to know is in here. I won't actually say any more than that. And I think let's get going, actually. For the first speaker, we have a good friend and colleague from Brussels. Juhan actually is, born and bred Estonian, so as he breathes digitally himself, we are hoping that he, and together with his boss, the Vice President for European Commission, Andrus Ansip, responsible for digital single market, that they would breathe really a life into the whole digital thing in the whole of Europe. So Juhan, give us a good footing for the day and see how do the Nordics look from Brussels' perspective. Ladies and gentlemen, put the hands together.
Thank you. Good morning. I think the first performer was the emotional highlight of the morning. What goes up must come down. Unfortunately, I won't be able to be as sparkly and as emotional, but I tried to. And my first duty of the day is to thank you all. Thank the organizers and thank the participants on behalf of Vice President Ansip, who is the Vice President of the European Commission in charge of the digital single market. My short speech will be about exactly the digital single market and what we and the Commission plans to do in the coming years. As an introduction, 5 years ago, around this time, 4 prime ministers sent a letter to their colleagues. And inside this letter, they made a proposal. And the proposal was that Europe should create a digital single market. This letter was received favorably by their colleagues, and hence, in June European Council 2010, it was decided that Europe should create a digital single market by 2015. Ladies and gentlemen, last week, the European Commission agreed its strategy for digital single market. It took only 5 years. And the strategy is designed to resolve some of the most urgent short-term problems and also prepare the whole of Europe for the future. It has taken the Juncker Commission 6 months of hard work and coordination to get at this point. We hope that implementation will be swifter. But of course, now is when the real work starts, and we do not expect much, if any, of it to be easy. Getting rid of years of legal differences around the EU's 28 countries, different copyright systems, consumer laws, that will not happen overnight. But it has to be done to create an open and fair digital environment accessible to all without restrictions or discrimination. This is supposed to be a single market, not a fragmented one. But when it comes to the digital matters, we are still a long way away from that. The first of the issues that we need to tackle is how to get the ball rolling, to start making the digital single market a reality. Firstly, there are several barriers to access that must be removed. Take online trading or e-commerce between buyers and sellers in different EU countries. Both sides are losing now from the potential of this vast market, which is surprisingly underdeveloped in Europe. To tackle this problem, we propose simple and effective cross-border contract laws for people and businesses, reinforced by stronger rules on consumer protection cooperation. Then it costs too much for most online shoppers to get parcels sent to another EU country, which is a barrier to cross-border online commerce as well. We will find ways to improve price transparency. Both consumers and companies should gain. More people buying online across borders mean more business. And as Vice President Ansip has said many times, we need to modernize copyright rules. By the end of this year, we'll make legal proposals to reduce the differences between national systems and to broaden online access throughout the EU. There will also be a comprehensive review preparing for legal changes to tackle unjustified geo-blocking and a competition sector inquiry into online trading for goods and service provisions. We will also look at the taxation regimes. Digital networks and services are the backbone for all this to work, but they must have the right environment and conditions to do so. This is why we plan to reform the EU's telecom rules to make them fit for purpose in the digital age. Before the end of 2015, the Commission will open a comprehensive analysis of the role of platforms that will also address how to tackle illegal content on internet. We have to look further ahead as well to prepare for the future, for Europe to get the most from the digital economy and areas of new growth. Turning Europe's industry digital is a vital first step towards this. Our industry needs to be at the forefront of the ICT revolution to serve the markets of the future. But so far, the process of digitizing EU businesses and industry has been slow. It needs to speed up. So does technical standardization to keep up with changes in technologies and the demands of the business world. Lack of interoperability in digital infrastructure and networks, for example, limits companies' productivity and their potential to achieve economies of scale. If new technologies are to work smoothly together within the digital single market, they will have to use common technical standards, technologies such as 5G wireless, digitized manufacturing processes, data-driven services, cloud computing, cybersecurity, e-health, mobile payments. That is why we favor an integrated approach to standardization across sectors as a way to speed up the rollout of essential services. A plan for this will be presented later this year. This is also where governments and public administrations have a part to play. There is no reason today why a public service cannot be online. They can become faster, more convenient, more efficient, and also save taxpayers' money. People and businesses rightly expect the public sector to work in a joined-up fashion across government sectors and across national borders. This is why public services have an important place in the digital single market strategy. Take the once-only principle. Putting this into effect EU-wide could save around 5 billion per year by 2017. Why should citizens and businesses submit the same information again and again on different government departments, or even to the same one? If this principle was used for cross-border businesses information, it would help businesses to set up more quickly and expand across the European Union. While once-only projects already exist in many EU countries, progress in this area is slow, even more so across borders. For that to happen, government services across Europe need better interoperability, which brings us back to what I was saying about common standards. The European interoperability framework has already been very successful, but on a voluntary basis. It makes European public agencies consider interoperability requirements as part of their IT development and helps to reduce costs and risks. It is now time to strengthen this process by updating and extending the framework for public services across Europe. Ladies and gentlemen, if we are to get the most from the digital economy, we need to build a solid foundation for long-term growth. Data will be all important for the future, as will making sure that European industries turn properly digital to maintain our strong industrial base. Use of data and data analytics has huge potential to increase flexibility, efficiency, productivity, and competitiveness across all economic sectors. As a starting point, data must be properly protected. That is very clear, because only then will people fully trust online services and have the confidence to use them, especially across borders. We want to finalize the reforms of EU data protection rules as soon as possible. Once that is done, we will review the e-privacy directive. On network security, we will also propose setting up a new private-public partnership on cybersecurity technologies. But there is more. Other aspects of data have to be considered. Ownership and management of data flows, use and reuse of data, management and storage of data. These will be addressed in an initiative on the free flow of data that we will put forward in 2016. If we want to have a viable digital economy, then providers as well as users of data services must be able to access a single market that allows for the free flow of data across borders. All the initiatives to be proposed as part of our DSM strategy are interlinked and reinforce each other. They have to be addressed and implemented in a coordinated way so that the digital single market can succeed in bringing tangible benefits as well as creating jobs and growth. There is a great deal of work ahead. I know that among this audience, a lot of you are willing and will be participating in this. This strategy is only the start, not the finish. Thank you very much. Almost on time.
Very good job. Before you take off, can I ask you one thing? You said this is the beginning and the start, not the finish. In what aspect of all of this you see that us from the Nordics could especially help out?
On the e-government side, the Nordics have excelled. They have digital solutions which already operate in their countries and increasingly also cross borders. This is not the case in the mainstream Europe. So I think Nordics can offer a way out to show that it actually works, it brings benefits, and it is operable also across member states, not just within one single member state. I mean, take e-signatures, for example. Mm-hmm. It's nice to have them, it's very efficient to have them, they make sense from the economic point of view, and for the citizens, they make life much easier. But it should be interoperable with digital solutions in other member states. Increasingly, this is so in the Nordics, but not so in the rest of Europe. So I think these little gadgets that make life easy for the Nordics, they should be available also for people southwards and westwards of Europe. So let's make it happen.
All right, will do. Thank you, Juhan.
Thank you.
And
a gadget.
And well, not really a gadget, but something to take back to Brussels. Thank you so much.
Brilliant. Thank you very much.